Is that immediately? Yeah. Is that straight? That's what she said. Yeah, it's fine. You can just tell that I've not done this for ages. Hello, my name is George Lever. Hello, my name is George Lever, and I am a professional plugin buyer. You know what I mean. I have to keep reminding myself why I'm doing this video to stop myself from going off on tangents or from ranting. So there's going to be a lot of cuts here because I've wanted to talk about this for a while. I've actually written this script out 3 or 4 times, and I don't know how to put it. It's a subject worth going over. All of us do it, have done it, will do it again. And it's something that I don't really think needs to continue in the way that it has been continuing. Today we are here to talk about YouTube and why it's one of the most confusing spaces to get useful information from. However, I am specifically talking about this situation. A new plugin drops. You end up on YouTube looking at the advertising and looking at the promotional materials and thinking that it might be for you. It might solve the problem that you've been having, whatever problem that is. So then you end up going on a few other channels, checking out their reviews and their walkthroughs. These walkthroughs actually don't really show you what the plugin does in context or if it changes their workflow or improves their well-being. It just shows you the plugin and what it does, and it leaves it open for you to decide whether it's going to be the thing that saves you. So you are convinced to spend money. You buy the plugin, you spend that money, you load it up into your DAW of choice, and yeah, it does nothing. You realize you've already got 2 or 3 that already do this kind of thing, and it's just similar, but not enough of a difference in order for it to justify what you've just spent. You would have been fine without it. You know, that Domino's regrets effect. 3 a.m, order Domino's, eat the Domino's, regret when you finish the Domino's effect. It's been a really long time actually since this has affected me. But after talking with some users that are in the URM group on Facebook, it seems like it's an ongoing thing. So why does it keep happening? Why does it keep happening to you? And how can I save you money and provide you with some informed tactics to avoid this from happening in future? I had to sit down and I considered why maybe this happens. And I put some things together to explain what's going on and maybe how we can avoid it in future. So let's save some money and grief and Domino's regrets. The main culprit here is that we have been normalized with advertised selling. Every day, everywhere we go, we are being sold to. It doesn't matter where we are or what platform we are on, we're being sold to. Instagram, ads. Facebook, ads. YouTube has ads before the video. That is a paid for ad. It's messy, it's everywhere. And we want information about the things that we might be curious in, but then the only information that is available is not used in a relevant context or is being used by someone that doesn't make records that we listen to. And then we have to utilize that information and twist it to fit our needs. That's also one of the reasons why I've been hesitant on doing loads of gear demos. I've been asked, and plugin walkthroughs. I have been asked. I've done some, but I've been asked to do a lot more than what I've done. And the reason is because I have not found a way to attend to this. And that's what we're getting to. I don't want to add to the negative noise. I would like to be able to show you all really cool stuff that I have found has benefited me without it falling into that category of, really though, can we trust what you're saying? But if you hit subscribe now, you'll find out. There you go. I sold the subscribe button to you. Did it work? Of course it bloody didn't. You're going to carry on watching though, right? Of course you're not. You're going to click off halfway through, like everyone else. It's fine. You won't find out anything interesting. I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 of you saying, that's all good and well, George, but how else do we decide if something's going to be good for us or not? What if this thing, this mythical plugin, makes me better? And I understand. However, it's very likely that if you're asking this question, or that is how you're approaching GAS, gear acquisition syndrome, it's likely that you do not need to spend that money. And it's not going to change your workflow. If you're finding yourself needing a lot of external advice or input in order to validate something that you're going to purchase, you may be looking for someone to give you permission to do something you are otherwise unconvinced about. For example, the other day, I was on Instagram and I was asked the question, what is that fatso? Do I need one? Will it make me better? Something to that effect. Now, if I'd said yes, because it has had a positive impact on my workflow and my output, I would be influencing someone to spend thousands on a piece of equipment that could have no benefit to them. And I'm not comfortable with that responsibility. That would be irresponsible and false advertising. However, this is another take, by the way, because my memory card filled up. You can tell I've not done this for a while. However, I can't attend to all of review YouTube, but what I can do is give you a guideline and also give you some framing for how my channel is going to work from here on, and the way that I'm going to be presenting this information to you for forever. One, the piece of advice is, and it's actually a piece of advice I got given when I used to struggle with this: don't take advice from someone whose success you do not wish to imitate. So that translates to, don't listen to people who make stuff you don't care about. And that can apply to actually anything in life, but if bad advice is bad advice, it's bad advice. But just because it's on YouTube and there's lights and a camera going on doesn't then make it good advice, especially if there's a high view count. It just makes it bad advice that a lot of people have seen. And secondly, at least the small change that I'm going to make, is that during any review or anything that is paid for by someone that pays me to review a plugin, or I choose to review myself of my own accord, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to state that I've been paid for the review, which legally I have to do, but I will then follow it with this. This plugin, this product, has either benefited or improved my workflow, or it hasn't, and here is why. And it could be that I've been asked to review an EQ, and it's a very good EQ, but I've already got something that does something like it, so I have no need to use it again. I will tell you. It won't mean that I won't have it. It won't mean that I won't have done the video, but I'll be explaining why you may not see me use it again. Or, for instance, if I have replaced something with it, I'll also tell you that, and I'll also tell you why. But I'll also give you the delineation as to why you may not need to do that. Now, the brands that I choose to work with may not like that decision, but I don't care about that. I care that the fact that I cannot be responsible and do not want to be responsible for spending your money on your behalf just because I have a camera and I have said these words and I've said them into a microphone. And that's it. By changing the way that I acknowledge whether something that I work with has either improved or had no effect on my workflow, it allows those of you that may not have access to either the money to try it for yourself or access to the equipment itself in order to make better decisions based upon my word of mouth. And by that, hopefully I can start to build and establish trust with the people that choose to watch my videos, rather than it being a case of, if I just make more videos where I say more words, then I become or appear to be more trustworthy. That's not what I want. What I want is for what I say to have meaning, irrespective of how frequent it is. So there you go. So my question to you, what would you like to see? What about my rig and the way that I work would you like to know more about? Now that I've set this precedent, I'm more than happy to show you. And for those of you that have gotten past the halfway mark, you're now able to entertain this question and benefit from it. So, what would you like to see next? What would you like to know more about? What do I have or I use that you're unsure about and you'd like to know more about? The floor is yours. So leave anything that you consider in the comments down below. Also, if you experience something like this and wish you hadn't, also put that in the comments down below. And if you haven't subscribed, I don't care. Just don't be a dick. I'll see you next time. Cheers.